Hello, good morning, everyone. So here we are for discussion of some interview questions of Python. These are some basics questions. So let us start with first question. Question number one states that when was Python developed? So Python was developed by Guido von Rossum in early 1990s. Question number two. What do you mean by tokens in Python? The smallest individual unit in a program is known as tokens or lexical unit. It is the smallest unit. So what are the different types of tokens? There are mainly five different types of tokens, and they are keyword, identifier, literals, operators, and punctuators. So what is keyword? A keyword is a word having special meaning reserved by programming language. And what is operator? An operator is a special symbol or keyword that performs an operation on one or more values of variables known as operands. For example, plus, minus, multiplication, division, these all are operators that perform some values with its operands. Now next question is, what is identifier? Identifier are the names given to different parts of program like variable, object, class, function, list, and dictionaries. For example, you give a name to your variable, then it will be known as a identifier. So next question, what do you mean by punctuators? Punctuators in Python are a special symbol used to structure and organize code. They are essential for defining the rhythm and emphasis of expressions, statements, and program structure. For example, comma, colon for indentation, and semicolon for breaking the line of code. Then next question is, what is literals? Literals are the data items that have fixed constant values. For example, 10, 20, 3.14. It is a float literal, string literal. There are many types of literals. For example, string literal, numeric literal, boolean literal, and non-literals. Now let's see our next question. What do you mean by variable in Python? A variable is a named reference to a value stored in memory, allowing that value to be accessed and manipulated through the program. So the variables here are the names that you given in your program. There are some rules to declare variable. The first rule is variable name must be a non-keyword with no spaces in between. The second rule says that variable name must be made up of character, number, and an underscore. Third rule, variable name can't begin with number, although they can contain number. So these are some basic rules for declaring a variable. Now let us see what is dynamic typing in Python. Dynamic typing means the type of variable is determined at runtime based on the values assigned to it, rather than requiring explicit type declaration during coding. For example, in C, C++, we need to declare the type of variable firstly, like int x, int y, float x, or boolean. We need to declare it before the accessing of variable. Here, we can directly declare, for example, x equals to 10 and print x. We are not defining the data type of it. It is declared and it is required, means it is dynamically typed. It is determined at the runtime. A variable pointing a value of a certain type can be made to point to value object of different type. This is also called as dynamic typing. For example, here x is 10, then we can print x, so it will be give us output as 10. But now the same variable x is changed to string. Here it is a integer type of literal, but here is a string literal. So here its type is changed, but then also same means there is a reassignment of that. So here is output. It will print hello world. This is done with the help of dynamic typing. Now let us see about multiple assignments in Python. Accessing same value to multiple variables. For example, a equals to b equals to c equals to 10. So here we are assigning a equals to 10, b equals to 10, and c equals to 10 at the same time. Then assigning multiple value to multiple variables. This can also be done with the help of multiple assignment in Python. So here we are writing x comma y comma z, and here we can see that is 10, 20, and 30 at the same time. So x will be equals to 10, y will be equals to 20, and z will be equals to 30. Here swapping can be done very easily. We need to just simply write x comma y equals to y comma x. So the value of x will be go to y and value of y will be go to x. Why reassignment is possible in Python? Reassignment is possible in Python because variables are essentially names or labels that points to objects in memory rather than fixed storage location. So here we are not using fixed storage location, we are pointing to variables, so that reassignment is possible. When you reassign a variable, you are simply changing which object that name points to, not modifying the object itself. For example, here x equals to 5. Here x is pointing to integer object 5. Then afterwards we change x equals to 10. X now points to integer object 10. The object 5 is unaffected and the reference of object 5 is removed from here. So object 5 is now unreferenced, so it will be collected by a garbage collector in Python. What is default separator in print statement? The default separator in print is space. For example, when we print my comma name is Shubham, so it will give us output my name is Shubham. So here is we are not providing any type of space in between this, but for by default it will provide spaces in between. So it is a default separator in Python. Also, we can change this default separator with the help of separator, using separator in print statement. So we need to write SEP equals to, and here we can give some another type of separator. If we have simply given as 3 dots, so it will give us output my, then here default separator is changed. So this default separator will be used here. My dot 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 name is, this will be continuous, means this separator will be used. Then why we use AND in print statement? If you explicitly give AND argument, it will change. So default AND statement changes the line. For example, if you print hello, then print world, it will print hello in single line, then world in second line. So default AND argument is new line character. Now, if you change here AND equals to $sign, then it will not change our line, and it will simply combine this two with the help of $sign. Here, if you want to print a for loop in a single line, then you can here use white space. What do you mean by data types? So data types in Python represent the kind of value a variable can hold, such as number, string, or boolean. There are 4 types of default data types. 4 types of data types in Python. They are named as number, none, sequence, and mapping. Inside number, it has integer, floating point, and inside integer also we have boolean that is stored at 0 and 1. We have also a complex inside number, so I have integer, floating value, and complex. None have no other, it is single only. Sequences has string, tuple, and list, and mapping is used for dictionary. So now let us see what is string. A string is a sequence of characters enclosed in a quotes used to store text in Python. Now let us see what is list. A list in Python represents a group of comma-separated value of any data type between square brackets. And list is also mutable, changeable data type. What is tuple? A tuple is ordered, immutable collection of items enclosed in parentheses in Python, and it is an immutable data type. What is dictionary? Dictionary is an unordered, mutable collection of key value pairs enclosed in curly braces in Python. What is mutable? List, dictionary, and set. These three are mutable data types. And what are immutable data types in Python? They are int, float, complex, string, and tuple. How list is different from tuple? List is mutable and tuple is immutable. So that's why they both are different. What do you mean by mutable and immutable? Mutable means you can change the value, and immutable means simply you can't change the value when it is assigned. For example, mutable, my list equals to 1 to 3. If you are changing my list, 0 means we are accessing it with the help of indexing. So our index 0, that is 1. So we are giving it a new value 10. So this can be done, and our new list will be 10, 2, and 3. And my tuple equals to 1 to 3. When we are changing my tuple 0 equals to 10, it is not possible and it will give us an error. Tuple values can't be changed, but tuple reassignment can be done. Is it true? Yes, it's absolutely true in Python. So what's the difference between tuple value changing and tuple reassignment? Let us see that. For example, we are changing the value of tuple. My tuple equals to 1 to 3 and my tuple 0. Here we are using indexing and we are changing it to 10. And we are printing my tuple, though it will throw error because of this line. We can't change value of tuple because it is immutable. Then with the help of tuple reassignment, my tuple equals to 1 to 3, and we are reassigning my tuple equals to 10, 20, and 30. So it is clearly possible because we are changing the whole tuple. So this reference will be not there and it will refer to a new tuple, that is 10, 20, and 30. So it print and it will not throw any kind of error. So here, what happened to previous assignment of my tuple? And if anyone wants to access it, is it possible? No, it's not possible because the previous my tuple 1 to 3 is still in memory until Python garbage collector remove it. But you cannot access it because no variable refers to it anymore. So here it is a main problem that no one is referring to my tuple 1 to 3. So it is present in memory until Python garbage collector collect it and remove it. What do you mean by Python garbage collector? Python's garbage collector is a system that automatically frees memory by removing objects that are no longer referenced. So it is used for freeing up the space which have no reference. So these are some basic questions, and that's it for today. Thank you.